A big change is coming to Osu. It's so big that it's gonna make your dad come back, or your crush likes you back. Basically, there has been the talk of a PP rework for a while now, talking about combo scaling removal. Basically, Osu is a rhythm game, but for a very long time, rhythm wasn't really the main focus of how you gain ranks in the game. Well, yeah, there's some exploit that I will go into, but the main point is the more combo you have, the more PP you get. And missing in the middle of the map resulting in a piss low combo would not get you a lot of PP. But this rework changes everything, where if you miss in the middle of the map, versus if you miss at the end of the map, you will be punished just as harshly. Missing in the middle versus missing in the end, wherever the div spike is, will result in a pretty harsh PP loss, would result in pretty similar PP, as shown in the video. But one thing to note is that the PP value, if you miss at the end of the map, is higher, whereas you miss in the middle, which would calm the people down to say like, oh, I missed in the hard part, but this guy missed in the middle part, and we got the same PP, and like, yeah, just don't miss, right? Like, if you're gonna complain about PP discrepancies, like changes difference, just don't miss, right? The whole point of the game, the identity of Osu is about full comboing. That is the culture that is ingrained in Osu throughout the past 17 years of Osu, right? That will never change. A full combo will always be valued more than like a choke or a shit miss or a 10 miss or a high start pass. That's still impressive though, but FC is like above all else. That still stays true. This rework is just removing the combo scaling aspect because a heavy influence on a rhythm game, right? A game where you have to stay on rhythm. And this is the good thing because there are also buffing maps that are really hard rhythm-wise and nerfing maps that abuse rhythm, like Sotark's maps, like Love Bomb, like Slow Motion, because there is a specific rhythm exploit that mappers have been using in order to abuse the current flow aim, rhythm tapping speed meta, which is to spam triple and burst back to backs instead of stream. Streams is just a whole nother thing on its own. That's like flow aim, and that has been broken for a while now. Just look at Epitaph. This is very huge because one thing to note is that marathon maps won't give you 0 PP if you miss like right in the middle, because missing in the middle of a 20-minute song and getting nothing from it sucks. So this is a good rework. And then the PP rework goes into the editor, which has a whole lot of new changes that Olibombi made, which is very great news for the 3 people using the Osu laser editor. They also included a very important aspect, which is slider head changes, which can result in PP value that are higher than laser because they're taking slider accuracy into account, which should bring more people into laser. I think, like people that are familiar with Score V2 and tournament players. I mean, if you're tapping everything on time, you shouldn't worry about slider accuracy, right? Tech maps will still be worthless anyway, so there's nothing to really worry about. You're not gonna get any PP from playing No Mod Force. One unfortunate thing is that there's no mention of the exact date of the deployment, since there are a lot of scores to calculate. They said in the video there's like billions of them, like 4 billion. That's a lot. That's a lot of scores. So yeah, huge news. I forgot to mention that with this rework, the instance of score rewinding will be no more, since Osu will no longer delete the score that has lower score, right? It will only take into account of scores that have higher PP values. So let's say that you got a shit AK FC worth like 290 PP, but then you got a 1 miss worth 3000 PP. In this system, your 3000 PP score will not count because it's lower score. It has a lower score value versus PV value. So therefore, you just got score V1. Rafis, this happened to Rafis before he got his first 1K on that one Fana song. Yeah, it's kind of sad, but oh well, whatever, grandpa. With this rework, Osu will only care about the score that has more PP, because it doesn't delete them anymore in the database. This means that there will be no longer possible to D-rank. D-rankers lower their ranks by setting scores that are worth like higher scores, but with shit act. That's how they D-rank. Or intentionally set high PP scores with score lowering mod combinations like no fail and spun out, because since they don't really affect PP score value like that much. Spun out only reduces PP value if there are spinners in the maps, which isn't a lot anyways. And no fail will only reduce the PP value if you actually miss. So if you don't miss, you're not gonna get any PP reduction. You will only get like a really low score. And then once you set that, you can like set a like regular ass score, nothing impressive, to like stay within the rank that of you desire, which to help you play in tournaments and send back on everyone and be a dick. Yeah, with this rework, all of that is no longer possible. Unless you like just don't play the game. Yeah, the only possible way to D-rank is to not play the game or to play score v2, because like that's unranked. So basically just don't submit any score and let decay take you, which is a huge news for the tournament scene, because like there's so many fucking D-rankers everywhere. 6-digit D-rankers, 5-digit D-rankers, 4 digits. They're not really D-rankers anymore because like they can play in OWC now. So like, remember Cut Paper? He's in this year again. Like the 4-digit, which is like blasting his way through OWC. It was really exciting to see. That's the one good thing about, I guess, good aspect about D-rankers is that they bring a lot of fucking hype to tourneys. Like especially high-profile tourneys like OWC. Because Cut Paper was a 4-digit and he was holding his own. He was basically carrying Canada like that much last year. It was insane to watch. Yeah, but D-rankers, otherwise they would just ruin the tournament experience for everyone else, especially like the people that are just new to tourney. Let's say that you are a 50k Andy, like signing up for your first 10k to 99k tourney, right? You would think that you would play somewhere in the middle and have a pretty fair chance of qualifying. Wrong. You are so wrong, because 20k Michael here has a D-ranker friend that should be like 5k, but he just D-ranked back to 10k to get more tournament badges. Yeah, that's fun, right? Exactly. No more D-ranking. That's barely 8 minutes. Never mind, this PP rework sucks.